Hi, Jen. So glad you could join me today because I so much enjoyed meeting you at the Ohio Genealogy Society conference. Your display of frames certainly stood out in the exhibit hall. When I first saw your work, I really immediately had the sense that you were storytelling through your frames. Am I on the right track with that?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, in fact, I think even though I do a lot of frames that are themed, and some may only just be a certain color and all the things that you can find of that color, or just somebody's hobby, really the most interesting ones are when they tell a story about a particular person.
The more I examined them, it really took my breath away. The depth and the attention to the detail, the endless number of those authentic little vintage items that you had layered in there.
Yeah.
These frames, this is not just some quick little craft project. These must take hours to create. And not only the creation, but the hunting of the treasures, right?
After hunting all the items down, and whether it's at flea markets, somebody's collection, I've bought people's collections of things like little butterfly pins and bean pieces. Salt and pepper collections are another one. After collecting all these things, and I have them in my barn, I have a big barn that everything is organized, well, sort of organized. And I joke that it looks like Santa's workshop because it's just everywhere. And so yeah, after hunting all the pieces and then coming up with an idea of what this frame is going to be, it takes a really long time. I mean, I use old frames, many of which came from an old warehouse in Cincinnati, Kastner Company. These are the blanks that before they were decorated or gold leafed. So it's perfect for what I'm using. Sometimes I'll wrap them in old maps or vintage fabric, early children's books that the pages, are real colorful, and even music, all kinds of things. So that makes it even more interesting when it's wrapped around the frame, and then I apply all the objects on top. So yeah, it's a pretty substantial piece. It takes many, many hours.
Now you remember I must have come back and swarmed around your booth about 4 times before I settled in on the one that I purchased was, of course, the nursing frame. Yeah. This was a frame that had a photograph of a nurse in it, and immediately I thought of my grandmother, who was a nurse. She became a nurse back in the 1930s. So, of course, now her photograph is featured in your beautiful frame. But, this frame, I was looking at it thinking, I could see not only the storytelling and the vintage items, and I can't believe how many times I look at it and I find something completely new that I didn't see the first time.
Right.
But also you have such an eye for the balance and the feel of the objects, the coloring, the sizes. I mean, there's a harmony there that goes well beyond just gluing things on a frame. There's an artistic flow, all the way around the frame, and I mean that just as you look at an oil painting and you see that balance and that harmony. To me, it just makes my eye continue around and around. I never get tired. I always stop and look at it as I pass through the doorway.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. That is sort of the intention.
All right, well, I'll let you head back to your workshop and create more, and of course, everyone listening can go to the website and peruse really, and make sure that you magnify getting close, because we've got some beautiful pictures here that are really high resolution so that you can really see the detail. And let me just say, as glorious as they are in photos, I have to say they're tenfold in person. Like I said, I truly am still mesmerized by the one that I picked up from you, and I can't wait for my next one. Thank you so much, Jen Garrett.
Thank you, Lisa.